morning, dear students. So in last lecture we had calculated some examples related to that homogeneous differential equation. So let us recall that concept, what we mean by that homogeneous. So if you can write the given differential equation in the form of that dy by dx is equal to m of xy upon n of xy. dy by dx is equal to m of xy upon n of xy, then it is said to be homogeneous if m and n both are homogeneous function and also of that same degree. That means the degree of m and n should be equal, and also both are homogeneous. That means the constant part should be 0 in these two functions. So if this condition satisfied, then and then you can say it is a homogeneous function. And also we have calculated one examples related to that as well. So next we are going to calculate example related to that homogeneous. So let us recall that how we are solving that example for that homogeneous. So first it is given that dy by dx is equal to m by n. Then we are taking that y is equal to vx, where v is also the function of x, and then after we are converting this into that variable separable form. That means the function of v gv dv is equal to the function of x, that is fx dx, and then we are taking that integration on both these sides. So on that left hand side we can integrate with respect to v, so it is the term that we are getting in terms of v, and on that right hand side we are getting the function of x, and then we need to put that v is equal to y by x, and that will be the final answer. So in last lecture already we have calculated one examples related to solve one homogeneous system. So now here the next example is given that dy by dx is equal to y plus square root of x square plus y square upon x. So now clearly you can see that this is already given in the form of homogeneous, because m and n both are of same degree. Here you can see that the degree is 1, and also the degree of n is also 1, and both are homogeneous. There is no any constant term in this two function m and n. So now the given form is directly in the homogeneous form, so we need to convert it into variable separable by taking that y is equal to vx. So let y is equal to vx in above equation or in the given equation. So if we take that y is equal to vx, then let us take the differentiation on both the side with respect to x. So differentiation of y, that is dy by dx, which is equal to, now here on right hand side you can see that there are two functions of x itself and v. So here we need to apply the chain rule or multiplication rule for differentiation. So first v as it is differentiation of x with respect to x, that is 1, plus x as it is differentiation of v with respect to x, that is dv by dx. And now that we can write as a v plus x into dv by dx. And now let us put that y is equal to vx in this equation, and dy by dx is equal to v plus x into dv by dx on that left hand side. So give it as equation number 1. So equation 1 can be written as, so now let us rewrite this equation, given equation. So dy by dx, but dy by dx, it is v plus x into dv by dx. So this is v plus x into dv by dx, which is equal to, now y, but in place of y we need to put that vx plus square root of x square plus y square. So this is x square plus y square, that is v square x square upon x. Now let us take x square common from the square root. So if we take square from that square root common, then it will come as only square. And now again take x common from both of these terms, then it will be, so first let us write it as a vx. Now x square, that is common, so that is only x square root of 1 plus v square upon x. And now let us take x common from these both the term, and then x will cancel out. So this term is only v plus square root of 1 plus v square. V plus square root of 1 plus v square. Now let us take this v on that right hand side, or directly you can cancel out that vv. So that the remaining term is only x into dv by dx, that is square root of 1 plus v square, because v cancel out from both the sides. So now let us write into that form of a variable separable. So let us take that x by dx on that right hand side. So it will be dx upon x. And now let us take this 1 upon square root of 1 plus v square as a on the left hand side. So it will be dv upon square root of 1 plus v square, which is equal to that dx upon x, which is equal to that dx upon x. And now we need to take that integration on both the sides. So integrating on both sides, we get, so this is integration of dv by square root of 1 plus v square, which is equal to integration of dx upon x. And now you must remember the formula related to that, how to integrate 1 upon square root of 1 plus v square. So if you know that formula directly, then and then you can do this integration. Otherwise your solution will be stop here. Now you can't go further to that next step because you don't know the integration of these terms, that is integration dv upon square root of 1 plus d square. So now that integration is given by integration of dv upon square root of 1 plus d square, that is log of v plus square root of 1 plus v square, and the integration of dx upon x, that is log x, and the constant that I am writing as a log c. And why I am writing as a log c, that we already discussed in that last lecture, because that will be to simplify that in the simplest form. So that's why we are writing it as a log c. And now log x plus log c, that can be written as, here I am directly writing it as a log x into c, because we have the property of logarithm as log a plus log b, that is log ab. And so log x plus log c, that is log xc. And now let us take that anti-log on both the sides, then it will be only v plus square root of 1 plus v square, that is xc. So now put that v is equal to y by x in above equation. So now this is y by x plus square root of 1 plus y square by x square, which is equal to that xc. Now let us take that x square as an LCM, and let us take 1 upon x square common, and from both that term let us take 1 by x common, and let us take that 1 by x on that right hand side. Then the final answer will be, it is y plus square root of x square plus y square, which is equal to that x square c, and which is required solution, which is required solution. So this is how you can find out the solution of that given differential equation, which is given in that form of a homogeneous. So this is related to homogeneous. First of all, you need to check whether it is in homogeneous form or not. So for that you need to check whether these two functions are of same degree and homogeneous functions or not. If it is, then you need to take that y is equal to vx to convert it into that variable separable form. So we have converted into that variable separable form. On that left hand side we have only the function of v, on that right hand side we have the only function of x. Then you need to do that integration, and finally you will get that answer in terms of v and x, but you need to put that v is equal to y by x. Then the final answer you will get in terms of x and y, and that will be the solution of that homogeneous differential equation. Okay, so now let us calculate one more examples related to that homogeneous differential equation, and then after we will go through that next part, which is non-homogeneous. So example number 3, that is x square y x square y dx minus x cube plus xy square dy, which is equal to 0, which is equal to 0. So again, this given differential equation in the form of m dx plus n dy, where m and n both are functions of x and y. So first of all, we need to convert this given differential equation as a form of dy by dx is equal to m by n. So now let us try to convert this in the form of m by n. So now this can be written as x square y dx. Now let us take this term on the right hand side. So it will be written as x cube plus xy square dy. Now let us take dx on that right hand side and this term on that left hand side. And I am rewriting it as a, so dy by dx, which is equal to that x square y upon x cube plus xy square. And now this is the homogeneous differential equation. As you can see that here the degree of this numerator term, that is 3, and degree of this denominator term is also 3. And so, and also you can see that both are homogeneous function, as there is no any constant appear in numerator or denominator. So let y is equal to vx. So directly I am writing that dy by dx is equal to that x dv by dx plus v, x dv by dx plus v. Now let us put that values in this equation. Then it will be v plus x dv by dx, which is equal to that x square y, but y is vx, so that can be written as vx cube upon x cube plus xy square. So it will be v square into x cube, because v square, that y square, that is v square x square, but x is already there, so it is v square x cube. Now let us take that x cube common from the denominator, and that will be cancelled out with the numerator. So this is v upon 1 plus v square, v upon 1 plus v square. And now let us take these v on that right hand side. So it will be x dv by dx, which is equal to v upon 1 plus v square minus v upon 1 plus v square minus v. So now let us take that 1 plus v square as an LCM. Then it will be first it is v minus v cube upon 1 plus v square. We have just taken 1 plus v square as an LCM, then it is v into 1, so it is v square into v, so it is v cube. Now plus v minus v cancel out, so that remaining term is only minus v cube by 1 plus v square. So this is minus v cube by 1 plus v square, minus v cube by 1 plus v square. And now let us take this term minus v cube by 1 plus v square on that left hand side, and let us take x upon dx on that right hand side. Then we will get this term as a, or we can rewrite this term as a, so that will be 1 plus minus of 1 plus v square by v cube dv, which is equal to that dx upon x. But directly there is no formula for which we can integrate this term. So what we are doing, we are just giving that v cube to that particular term. So this is minus of 1 upon v cube plus v square upon v cube, so that is 1 upon v. 1 upon v cube plus 1 upon v dv, which is equal to that dx upon x. And now integrating on both the sides, integrating on both sides, we get, So after integrating on both sides, we will get that now integration of 1 upon v cube. So now we know that if we have v raised to n, then integration will be v raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Integration of v raised to n, that is v raised to n plus 1 upon v raised to n. V raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Now here we have that 1 upon v cube. So v cube can be written as v raised to minus 3 power. So now integration of this will be that, let us compare it with that formula, then it will be v raised to minus 2 upon minus 2. So now that is written by 1 by 2 v square, because v raised to minus 2, that is 1 upon v square. And so now integrating on both the side, we will get that it is minus of minus 1 upon 2 v square. And that integration of 1 by v, integration 1 by v, that is log v. Now for that you can't apply this, because it will be, if you take that v raised to minus 1 here, if you take that 1 by v, but 1 by v that can be written as v raised to minus 1. Now if you do that integration, then minus 1 raised to v raised to minus 1 plus 1, that is 0 upon minus 1 plus 1, that is also 0. So now here in denominator we will get that 0. So overall quantity tending to that infinity. And so for 1 by v you can't apply this formula. So for that we have particular formula, that is integration of 1 by v, and that will be the log v. And now again on that right hand side, integration of this dx upon x, that we are writing as a log x plus log c. Now let us give this minus sign inside, then it will be 1 upon 2 v square minus log v, which is equal to log of xc, because this is into that form of log ab, so it is log xc. Now let us take this minus log v on that right hand side, then it will be 1 upon 2 v square, which is equal to, now this log v is minus on this side, then if we take it on right hand side, then it will be plus, so again it will be log of xc plus log v. But again this is in the form of log ab, log a plus b, so it is log ab, so it is log x y c, sorry, log x vc, not yc. And now let us put that v is equal to y by x. So putting v is equal to y by x, we get, so now this is 1 upon 2 into y by x whole square, which is equal to that log of x into y by x into c. So now here you can say that x we can cancel it out, y by x whole square, so that is y by y square by x square, but denominator of denominator goes to numerator, so it is x square by 2y square, which is equal to that log of yc, log of yc, and which is required solution, of that given differential equation. And again, if you want to remove this log, then you just need to take that anti-log on both these sides, and it will be yc is equal to e raised to this x square by 2y square, and that will be the answer. So I hope it is clear to everyone that how to solve the differential equation which is given as a homogeneous differential equation. Clear? So this is all about the homogeneous differential equation. Now next topic is non-homogeneous differential equation. Non-homogeneous. So non-homogeneous, that means here there is a constant term is also added. That means the function m and n both are non-homogeneous function. That means you will get that, suppose if I am adding here that one, suppose if I am write x square plus y square plus 1, then if I add any constant number to that function, then it will be converted to that non-homogeneous. So this is the case of that non-homogeneous differential equation. So whenever you have that non-homogeneous differential equation, then how to solve it? So in that also we can't solve that every non-homogeneous differential equation, but there is a particular type of non-homogeneous differential equation that we can solve it using this method. That means first of all we need to convert that into that homogeneous, and then using that homogeneous we need to convert it into that variable separable. So I don't think that this kind of question can be asked into your examination particularly, because these kind of questions are too lengthy to solve, and these examples can be asked into that written exam, not in MCQ exam, because it is too lengthy for that MCQ. Because as I have already told you that first of all, if it is given in the form of non-homogeneous, then first of all you need to convert it into that homogeneous, and then you need to convert it into that variable separable, and then again you need to solve it. So that will be the very lengthy process for that non-homogeneous case. And also I already told you that every non-homogeneous differential equation we can't solve, but there is a particular case, or there is a particular type of that equation which we can solve, and also in that we have that two types. So I am just going to take that theory part of non-homogeneous, and then I will solve only one example, because I don't think that they might ask you the question from that non-homogeneous regarding that GATE or NET examination. So next we are going to study that non-homogeneous differential equation. So what we mean by that non-homogeneous, that I already told you, the function the differential equation dv by dx is equal to m by n, in which that m and n both are non-homogeneous, or one of them is non-homogeneous, then it is said to be the non-homogeneous differential equation. But again I am repeating, every non-homogeneous differential equation that we can't solve. So there is a particular case of non-homogeneous differential equation for which we are going to solve that to find out the solution of that particular differential equation. So again let us see that. So an equation of the form dy by dx is equal to a1x plus b1y plus c1 upon a2x plus b2y plus c2. If the given differential equation is in the form of these, then it is known as a non-homogeneous, not these particular, but if it is given in this form, then it is also known as a non-homogeneous. Otherwise there are so many cases for that non-homogeneous as well, but here we are only going to study these type of differential equation, that a1x plus b1y plus c1 upon a2x plus b2y plus c2 is known as the non-homogeneous differential equation, where a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 are constants. So if the given differential is in this form, then it is said to be non-homogeneous. But now for this particular case we have that two sub cases. For that non-homogeneous we have that two cases particularly. So in case number one, if the ratio of that coefficient of x in numerator and the coefficient of x in denominator is same, that is m, and also the ratio of coefficient of y in numerator and coefficient of y in denominator is also same, that is m. That means a1 by a2 which is equal to b1 by b2 which is equal to m. This is the first case. Then you can write that a1 is equal to a2m and b1 is equal to that b2m. And now let us put that values in this given differential equation. So instead of that a1 you can write a2m, but from these two terms I have directly taken that m as a common. Then it can be written as m into a2x plus b2y plus c1 upon a2x plus b2y is plus c2. And now if we want to solve this differential equation, then assume that a2x plus b2y is equal to t. So putting that a2x plus b2y is equal to t. So now this is our assumption, and now you need to do that integration with respect differentiation with respect to x both sides. So differentiation of a2x, that is a2, differentiation of b2y, that is b2 into dy by dx, and differentiation of t, that is dt by dx. And now you need to put all these values into that given differential equation. Put that values in this equation or in this equation,
and that can be converted into that variable separable form, and then after you can solve it easily by just integrating with respect to particular variable x and y, and then you can find out the general solution of that given differential equation. So this is the particular case that ratio of that coefficient of x and ratio of that coefficient of y both are same, and that is m. This is the particular case for that non-homogeneous differential equation. So now the second case is that if we don't have the ratio as a common, that means the case number 2 is that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, then how to solve it? So that will be more complicated case compared to this case number 1. This is more complicated. Why this is more complicated? Because in that case we need to introduce that two new variable, that is capital X and capital Y, corresponding to that small x and small y. So if we don't have that ratio equal, that means a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, then we need to substitute that small x is equal to capital X plus h and small y is equal to capital Y plus k in that given differential equation, that means in this equation. And now let us put that values, so dy by dx. But now here you can see that small x is equal to that capital X plus h. So now if we take the differentiation both the side, then it will be dx is equal to d capital X, and now differentiation of h, that is 0. And similarly into that second equation, if we take the differentiation, then dy is equal to d capital Y and plus 0, because differentiation of k, that is constant, which is 0. So dx is equal to d capital X, dy is equal to d capital Y. So in place of dy we can write d capital Y, in place of d small x we can write d capital X. And now let us put that small x is equal to capital X plus h, small y is equal to capital Y plus k. And now this equation can be written as a1x plus b1y plus a1h plus b1k plus c1 upon a2x plus b2y plus a2h plus b2k plus c2. Now suppose if we want to convert this equation into homogeneous, then what should we have to do? We have to take this constant part as a 0. We need to make this constant part as a 0, because then and then after we can convert this into homogeneous, because in the definition of homogeneous we have that m and n both are homogeneous and they are of same degree. They are of same degree. If we assume this x and y, only the first two terms, then it is homogeneous, it is of same degree, but it is not homogeneous due to this constant part. That means we need to take this constant part as a 0. That means we need to take the values of that a1h plus b1k plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2h plus b2k plus c2 is equal to 0. And from that you need to find out the values of that h and k, because h and k that we have assumed for that small x and small y. So now you have the two equations and two variables, that is h and k. So now solve these two equations h and k, and so now we have taken this two constant term as a 0. Then this equation is only converted in the form of that d capital Y upon d capital X, that is a1 capital X plus b1 capital Y upon a2 capital X plus b2 capital Y. And now you can see that this is the homogeneous differential equation. This is homogeneous differential equation, and now you need to solve it through that method of homogeneous differential equation. That means now you need to assume that capital Y is equal to V into capital X, and that will be converted into that only two variable V and X. Then you can solve it. So you will find the solution in terms of that small v and capital X, but in place of that small v you can write that capital Y by capital X, and then that solution will gives us in the form of capital X and capital Y. But capital X, that can be written as x minus h, capital Y that can be written as small y minus k, and then finally you need to do that substitution, and then after we will get that solution. So that's why these two methods are very much lengthy as compared to that MCQ examination. But these kind of questions can be asked into that GATE examination or in NET examination, but as the GSET perspective, these type of questions cannot be asked because it will be too much lengthy to solve in the examination. It will definitely take you 2 to 3 minutes if you solve it that speedily, and then also it will take the 2 to 3 minutes to solve this equation, and then after you will get that solution. But I am just going to solve the examples number case 1 and case 2. For both the cases we will solve only that one example, because we are not going in detail so much, because I don't think that you will get this kind of question to solve which is in non-homogeneous. So again I am repeating what we have done in that non-homogeneous. In non-homogeneous we have that two type. If the values of that a1 by a2 which is equal to b1 by b2 which is the constant number, then you just need to do that assumption as a t which is equal to that a2x plus b2y, and then you can reduce that given differential equation in variable separable form directly. But if it is not same, that means the ratio is different, a1 by a2 is not equal to that b1 by b2, then you need to introduce two new variable, and then you need to solve that integration, or after assuming that two new variable you need to convert that given differential equation into that homogeneous, and then you need to convert it into that variable separable, and then you need to solve that. So let us take one examples related to that first case, that is ratio is same. So in which the first example is example 1. Example 1 is that x plus y minus 1 dx plus 2x plus 2y minus 3 dy is equal to 0. So first let us convert this equation in the form of the dy by dx is equal to m by n. So now solution of this equation, so dy by dx, I am just writing it directly because dy, now let us take this term on that right hand side, then it will be minus of this x plus y minus 1. So it is minus of x plus y minus 1 upon this term, that is 2x plus 2y minus 3. And now let us multiply that minus inside, then it will be minus x minus y plus 1 upon 2x plus 2y minus 3. And now you can see that this is the non-homogeneous, because in m there is a constant term 1, in n there is also the constant term minus 3. So now this is non-homogeneous differential equation, and also you can see that the ratio of that coefficient of x in numerator and the coefficient of denominator, that is minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 which is equal to that ratio of coefficient of y in numerator and denominator, that is also minus 1 by 2. So now you can see that the ratio is same, that ratio of coefficients of x in numerator and denominator, and also the ratio of numerator coefficient of y in numerator and denominator both are equal. So now you just need to assume that x plus y or minus x minus y is equal to t. So assume that x plus y is equal to t. Here I am going to assume that x plus y. So because whenever I am taking that minus sign common, then it is x plus y, and if we take the 2 common, then it is also x plus y. So directly in place of that x plus y we can put that t. And now let us take the differentiation with respect to x. So it is 1 plus dy by dx which is equal to that dt by dx. So dy by dx, that will be dt by dx minus 1. So now let us put that dy by dx is equal to dt by dx minus 1, which is equal to, this is minus t plus 1 upon, this is 2t minus 3. Minus t plus 1 upon 2t minus 3. Now let us take this minus 1 on that right hand side, then it will be dt by dx, which is equal to minus t plus 1 upon 2t minus 3 plus 1. Now let us take that 2t minus 3 as an LCM, then it is minus t plus 1 plus 2t minus 3 upon 2t minus 3. Now minus t plus 2t, so it is only t, and 1 minus 3, so it is minus 2 upon 2t minus 3. Now dt by dx is equal to t minus 2 upon 2t minus 3. So now let us take this term on that left hand side and dx on that right hand side. Then it will be 2t minus 3 upon t minus 2 dt, which is equal to that dx. 2t minus 3 upon t minus 2, which is equal to that 2t minus 3 upon t minus 2 dt is equal to that dx. And now this is converted into that variable separable form. Now you can see that with dt you have only the function of t, and with dx there is only function of x, that is 1. There is nothing, but you can assume it as a 1. And so now we need to do that integration directly to find out the solution in terms of the t and x, and then after you need to put that x plus y in place of t. So now the question is that how to solve this integration. So if we do that integration with respect to t directly, then what will be the integration of this 2t minus 3 upon t minus 2? So first of all you need to convert this into that another form. So now let us rewrite this equation. So 2t minus 3, so 2t, that is written as t plus t, 2t, that is t plus t, and minus 3, that can be written as minus 2 plus 1. What I have done, this 2t minus 3 that I have expanded, 2t that can be written as t plus t, and minus 3 that can be written as minus 2 plus 1 upon that t minus 2. And why I have done this, that you can see in the next step. So now this is t minus 2, this is again t minus 2. So now let us give the denominator to that particular term, then it is 1 plus 1 plus 1 upon t minus 2 dt, which is equal to that dx. So clearly this is converted into that simplest form, that is 2 plus 1 upon t minus 2 dt, which is equal to that dx, because directly I can't do the integration of these terms. Directly I can't. So that's why I need to convert this into that simplest form from which I can do that integration directly. So now if I apply the integration on both these sides, then integration of 2, that will be 2t, and integration of this 1 upon t minus 2, that will be log of t minus 2, and now integration of 1, that is x. So integrating on both the side, integrating on both sides, we get, so integration of 2, that is 2t, plus this is log of t minus 2, which is equal to integration of 1, that is x plus c. And now let us put that t is equal to x plus y, then it is 2x plus 2y plus log of x plus y minus 2, which is equal to that x plus c. Now let us take this x on that left hand side, because on that left hand side you can see that there is 2x. So 2x minus x, then it will be x plus 2y plus log of x plus y minus 2, which is equal to c, which is required solution. So this is how we can solve this type of equation. That means the first case of non-homogeneous differential equation. So first we have check whether it is the ratio of coefficient is same or not. If it is same, then we have assumed that x plus y is t. Then we have done differentiation with respect to x, and then we have converted into that variable separable form, and then with t we have simplified that term to find out the integration. So it will be 2 plus 1 upon t minus 2 dt, which is equal to that dx. Now integrating on both the side, we will get this solution. Clear? So this is the example related to that non-homogeneous differential equation of first case. And now if you want to solve some more examples related to this, then I will give you as a homework, because I am not going to explain or calculate examples related to this case, because I don't think that you will get the examples from this non-homogeneous in your examination. So if you want to solve, then you can. So that's why I am giving you the question in homework. So please note it down, that second question, that x plus y dx plus 3x plus 3y minus 4 dy is equal to 0. So this is the case of that non-homogeneous with the ratio is same. Now if you convert this equation into that m by n from dy by dx is equal to that m by n, then you will see this, the ratio will be same. So same way you need to do that, assume that x plus y is t. In this case you also need to assume that x plus y is equal to t, and by that same way you will get that answer. And also I am giving you the answer. So the answer will be, let us write down that answer, because if some of you might be try this, then you will get the answer as x plus 3y. Answer is x plus 3y plus 2 into log of x plus y minus 2, which is equal to that c. This is the answer that you might get after solving this equation. Clear? So this is the answer of this question. Now the next example is related to that second case of that non-homogeneous. That means if we don't have the ratio of coefficients of x and y from the numerator and denominator is not equal, that is a1 by a2 is not equal to that b1 by b2, then what we need to do, or how to solve that question. So theoretical part that we have already done. So now we are going to solve the examples related to that. So here the example is given as that is for the second case, x plus 2y dx plus y minus 1 dy is equal to 0. X plus 2y dx plus y minus 1 dy, which is equal to that 0. So now how to solve this? So first of all we need to convert this equation in the form of dy by dx is equal to that m by n. So I am just writing it directly in the form of that m by n. So dy by dx, which is equal to dy by dx, that is minus of x plus 2y upon y minus 1. That will be the form for that m by n. Now you can see that here a1 that is the coefficient of x in numerator, that is minus 1 upon coefficient of x in denominator, but there is no any term of x or the coefficient that we can assume as a 0, and the coefficient of y in numerator, that is minus 2, and coefficient of y in denominator, that is 1. So now these two are not equal. Minus 1 by 0, which is not same as that minus 2 by 1. Minus 1 by 0 is not same as that minus 2 by 1, and that's why this is the case of that second kind, that is the ratio is not same. So for that we need to introduce the new variable, that is capital X and capital Y. So now let small x is equal to that capital X plus h, small y is equal to that capital Y plus k. And now let us put that values in the given differential equation. So clearly we have already studied that small dy by dx, that is already equal as a d capital Y upon d capital X. So instead of that small dy by dx, we can write that d capital Y upon d capital X, which is equal to that minus, in place of x we have to write that x plus h, in place of y we need to write that y plus k, then it will be 2y plus 2k upon that it is y plus k minus 1. And now let us give that minus sign to inside, then it will be minus x minus 2y minus plus of minus h minus 2k upon that y plus constant part is k minus 1. So I hope it is clear to everyone up to this term. Just we have introduced that new two variable capital X capital Y. We have put that values in the given differential equation, and then we have just solved it, and that will be the case for that non-homogeneous. Now if we convert this into that homogeneous, if we want to convert it into that homogeneous, then in the case of homogeneous the constant part should be 0. To convert it, to convert this into homogeneous differential equation, to convert this into that homogeneous differential equation, the constant term should be zero. That means both the terms which is 0. So now minus h minus 2k is 0 and k minus 1 is 0. So now k minus 1 is 0, that means k is equal to 1, and let us put that k is equal to 1 here, then it is minus h minus 2 is 0. So h is equal to minus 2. So the value of k is 1 and value of h is minus 2. Clear? So if you take that h is equal to minus 2 and k is equal to 1, then your given differential equation can be converted to the homogeneous. That means the constant term is 0. So now let us write down this equation without that constant term. So because we have considered that constant term as a 0, so now there is no need to write the constant term, because after solving that we will get that values of h as minus 2, k is equal to 1. So now that equation will be dy by dx, which is equal to minus x minus 2y upon y only. And now you can see that this is the homogeneous differential equation. So how to solve this homogeneous? We need to take that assumption y is equal to vx. So now here we have that capital Y and capital X. So we need to assume that capital Y is equal to v capital X, and then we can convert it into that variable separable, and then after solving we will get the answer in terms of capital Y and capital X, and then we will put that values back. So now take capital Y is equal to small v capital X, and then if we do that differentiation, then d capital Y by d capital X, that is v plus x into dy v by d capital X. Same as the last case of homogeneous, just we have that notation difference, that is capital Y and capital X. So now put that values in this equation, then it will be v plus x dv by dx, which is equal to that minus x minus 2 vx upon vx. Now let us take x common, then x will cancel out, so it is only minus 1 minus 2v upon v. Now let us take v on that right hand side, then it will be x dv by dx, which is equal to minus 1 minus 2v upon v minus v. Then it will be minus 1 minus 2v minus v square upon v. Then this can be written as v square plus 2v plus 1, then it is minus of 1 plus v whole square upon v. Minus of 1 plus v whole square upon v. And now let us take that x by dx on that right hand side and this term on that left hand side, then it will be minus v upon 1 plus v square dv, which is equal to that dx upon x. Now how to solve this? Sorry, not v square, it is 1 plus v whole square. Now how to solve this? So what I am doing, I have just taken that minus common. Now v, now I am adding 1 plus 1 and adding 1 minus 1. V plus 1 minus 1, so plus 1 minus 1 will be 0, so that term is only v. So I have just arranged the term upon that 1 plus v whole square dv is equal to that dx upon x. And now give that 1 plus v whole square to that particular term, that is v plus 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus v whole square. So we have just adjust the term in numerator, as in place of v we have written that v plus 1 minus v upon 1 plus v whole square dv is equal to dx by x. Now what we are doing, we are just giving this 1 plus v whole square as a in terms of the in numerator denominator of v plus 1, then it will be minus of v plus 1 upon v plus 1 whole square, so it is only 1 upon v plus 1 and plus minus this minus sign 1 upon v plus 1 whole square dv, which is equal to that dx upon x. And now if we give this minus sign to that inside, then this is minus of minus 1 upon v plus 1, and this is minus minus plus 1 upon v plus 1 whole square dv is equal to d. And now let us take that integration. Then the integration of these term, that is minus of log of v plus 1, because this is into that form of 1 upon x. And now integration of this, that is if we have 1 upon x square, or if we have that x raised to minus 2, then the integration will be x raised to minus 1 upon minus 1, or you can write it as a 1 upon x. So integration of these term is minus 1 upon v plus 1, which is equal to, now integration of this, that is log x plus constant that I am writing as a log c. Clear? So now this is a solution that we get in the terms of that v and x. But v is nothing but, what is v? V is nothing but capital Y by capital X. So now let us write that term. So this is minus log of v, that is y by x, plus 1 minus 1 upon y by x plus 1, which is equal to that log x plus log c. Now let us take that x as an LCM. Also let us take that x as an LCM, and x will goes to that numerator part. So now this equation is minus of log of y plus x upon x minus x upon x plus y, which is equal to log x plus log c. But again, using the property of log, we can write log a by b as a log a minus log b. So now you can see that this is log y plus x upon x, so that can be written as minus of log y plus x, minus minus will become plus log x minus x by x plus y, which is equal to that log x plus log c. But log x cancel out from both the side. And now let us put that what we have assumed, that I am writing here, small x is equal to capital X plus h, small y is equal to capital Y plus k, and the value of h and k are, h is minus 2, so directly writing here minus 2, and k is plus 1, so it is y plus 1. So now we need to put back that values of capital X and capital Y in this equation, and so that's why it will be, so small x is equal to capital X minus 2, and so that capital X will be that small x plus 2, small y is capital Y plus 1, then capital Y will be small y minus 1. Let us put these two values in this equation. Then it is minus of log of y plus x, y that is y minus 1, plus x, that is plus x plus 2, plus x plus 2, minus x that is x plus 2, x plus y, that is x plus 2 plus y minus 1, which is equal to log c. Okay, so now I am removing this, and now this is y plus x, minus 2 plus minus 1 plus 2, though, so it is plus 1, so it is minus of log of x plus y plus 1 minus x plus 2 upon x plus y plus 1, which is equal to that log c. And now you can take this term on that right hand side, and then you can simplify it further, but otherwise up to this there is also the answer of the given differential equation, that is the solution of that given differential equation. And now you can realize that how this example is lengthy one to solve or to get that solution. So this kind of example cannot be asked into that examination, okay, and you might get that questions in NET or GATE examination. So that point of view I have solved that one example. And if you want to try some more examples, then I can definitely give you some more examples related to that second case. So in which that I am giving you for practice. Second is that dy by dx, which is equal to 2x minus 5y plus 3 upon 2x plus 4y minus 6. This is also the question for which answer you will get as answer that I am also giving to you, 4y minus x minus 3 into y plus 2x minus 3 whole square is equal to that C, which is the solution of that given differential equation, which is the second case of that given differential equation, which is non-homogeneous. That means the ratio is not same. Here you can see that the ratio of that coefficient of x, that is 2 by 2, and the ratio of that coefficient of y, that is minus 5 by 4. So now you can see that 2 by 2 is not equal to that minus 5 by 4, and so that's why this is the example related to that second case. And so now you have to solve by that same way as you have done it for this example. Clear? And so in this, up to this we conclude this lecture over here. Now in next lecture we will study related to that exact differential equation and non-exact differential equation. So there is also particular type of that exact differential equation, that, or you can say it as a type. Instead of the type, you can say it as a there is certain condition. If differential equation of that form m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, if this equation satisfies the condition that del n by del x is equal to that del m by del y. That means the differentiation of n partially with respect to x, it is same as the differentiation of m partially with respect to y. If these two are equal, then the given differential equation is said to be the exact differential equation, and for that we can solve the differential equation to get that answer using the direct formula, and there is direct formula, and that we will study in the next lecture. Clear? So today we just conclude this lecture over here. Okay, so all the best.